Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Aries, September 26, 2022. During this cycle, you're coming to a more balanced state of being and a larger perspective of what you need and want from your life. There can be a stronger focus on companionship or partnerships, and you can undoubtedly benefit from the insights of a significant other. Some of your plans may need refinement, or you may put a little less energy into them as you attend to other areas of life, particularly social ones. With the Sun and retrograde Mercury coming together in this same sector of your chart, there can be the very beginnings of new thinking about a relationship or your relationship needs. You benefit from the ability to see the dysfunctional elements of the past, and today's insight can nudge you along a different path. A partner can have much to contribute now, or you might make significant mental discoveries through a one-on-one conversation. As the heavens part, you may feel like it's soulmate season. This is because the mighty Sun, our great luminary, has blazed a trail to enter Libra. With the Sun sizzling across the sky from you in your solar 7th house of partnerships, dancing with a twin flame or mirror will be a top priority for you in the month to come. Current relationships will have a microscope put on them, for better or for worse. If you've been together for barely 6 months or as long as 50 years, the Sun's light now will give you the chance to work even better as a team or re-energize your union. Do not hesitate to have a lazy workday. The moon is void of course all day, suggesting that you may lack the oomph you need to dive into your creative endeavors and projects. Luckily, you will feel notably connected to your working relationships since the Sun will enter your opposite sign, Libra. Focus on your professional commitments throughout Libra season. Opportunities to find balance and ensure reciprocity may arise, so use the solar energy to course-correct your partnerships and arrangements. However, try to maintain some peace with your colleagues as you negotiate. While having the moon return to your work sector just hours after the Sun leaves today is good news professionally, this sets the scene for a positive few days across the income, work, and career fronts. The week began with planets across the income, work, and career fronts in harmony, and the moon will do the same over the coming days, and just as Venus, the planet of money, takes the lead. Speaking your truth is the beauty of life and relationships. Otherwise all beauty is hollow, and life becomes merely a charade. If you feel the tug of certain buried truths, it is wise to welcome them forth with the dedication to making yourself whole. If you feel you need more sleep in order to gear up for the changes you sense afoot, have the courage to say no to an unhealthy meal, and get to bed as early as you see fit. No excuses necessary. Here is a day that will be particularly open and favor activities touching on communication and creativity. The way you express yourself will be of utmost importance. Don't forget that words always have a fundamental impact. Make projects for the future because this would be a particularly good period for it. Outside of having some words with those close to you, things should be constructive in your sentimental life. You are coming into a phase of peace and optimism. Take advantage of this and stop torturing yourself with trivialities and making comments that are out of place. The Sun and Mercury are swapping places, and in the process, this will ensure that nothing is lost and everything is gained on the job and career fronts. As the Sun returns to your relationship sector, this will turn the solar spotlight onto your relationships, but also on Mercury, the planet of communication's final hours here before retrograding back out. As they temporarily align, the focus will shift from the past to the journey ahead. It is just a few hours later that Mercury will retrograde back into your work sector, returning while the Sun's vacant seat is still warm. The Sun's return to your relationship sector today is the point in each year when the solar spotlight shifts onto your relationships. As the Sun returns, Mercury, the planet of communication, is just hours away from retrograding back out, and for a few hours aligned, they will bring the past, present, and future together. This comes just as romantically charged lunar vibes are running their course. Our eyes in the sky. There is a temptation to step back from your emotional wellness today. However, You can't shy away from your fears and let your self-doubt get the better of you. The moon in Virgo asks you to put your nose to the grindstone. Virgo energy is all about doing a job right with care and precision, so this is a perfect day for career and work-related ambitions to really take hold. It's also a wonderful day to make some extra cash or pitch those plans that you thought would never see the light of day. Just try not to let your professional ambitions sidetrack you from the other work you need to do. Tonight's link between Neptune and the moon could cause you to detach from your own or another's true feelings. This could be a tough day for those in romantic relationships because people aren't really feeling like their best selves. It's a day where you could feel a little left out in the cold or ghosted by someone you thought would always be there for you. Remember that this is just a cycle in the stars. Come up with a plan to do what is best for your peace of mind. In the pre-dawn hours, romantic Venus in Virgo opposes a nebulous Neptune in Pisces. While Venus deals in concrete, material love, Neptune deals with divine, transcendent love. Two sensations, two vastly different experiences. Neptune already has the energetic upper hand given its slow crawl through the cosmos, but it is also in domicile, while Venus is in fall. Therefore, the material considerations of Venus in Virgo are dwarfed by its numinous counterpart, and everything we think we understand about our romantic entanglements now gets lost in a wash. We don't know where we stand, nor do we know what we want. Idealized projections of other people or situations leave us vulnerable to disappointment, even though we'd never admit it. Our true struggle lies in our desire for perfection when there is no such thing. We'll have an easier time managing overwhelming feelings through an art practice or by turning to prayer. Faith isn't a bad thing, as long as we don't place all of our faith in an equally fallible, imperfect human being. Dreams and love will seem tangible, and your creativity will be especially active. Trying something new will appeal to you and is highly advised. You could spend time with some unlikely characters. You're also going to be quite lucky regarding information. You might learn something by chance from a stranger that turns out to be useful to you, or you might just happen upon some intriguing news while scrolling through social media. You'll be sharper than normal and ready to make some spontaneous choices to accompany the zany adventures that await you on this fortunate day. Before noon, the moon squares off with Mars, stimulating irritability. Under the Virgo moon, we feel secure navigating logical, linear situations. Meanwhile, Mars in Gemini is game for experimentation and knows victory won't be achieved through regimentation. These two inclinations leave us feeling polarized and frustrated. It's as though we don't want to move for fear of making a mistake, even though we know that mistakes are exactly what we need to grow, and therefore, succeed. The worst thing we can do now is to bottle up our feelings to the point where we finally snap and act recklessly. Take one thing at a time. Pace yourself.